Hi there, this is Bill. I am the owner and founder of My Writing Network, and this is My Writing Network, which is a page that should be pretty familiar to all of you by now. Um, and today I am going to talk to you about Jetpack. Uh, Jetpack is a free plugin that is made by the same people who make WordPress, and it is fantastic. And I wanted to just explain, first of all, if you don't know what a plugin is, a plugin is a piece of code or lots of pieces of code that are kind of packaged as a separate entity. And in the dashboard of your My Writing Network site, you might see something like this here in plugins. These are all various plugins that are available to you depending on what package you have. For the basic package, the Jetpack plugin is installed by default. You don't have to ask me to install it, but you do have to connect it yourself. And the reason why you would want to do this is because Jetpack offers you some great functions. One of the most useful functions it offers is the ability to track how many people visit your site. So it's very detailed information. It presents it in the form of a bar graph, kind of like this. And there's a lot of other stuff. It shows you by country. It's quite interesting. It also offers you some security. It optimizes your images, which means that it squishes them down and makes them load faster, which is good for page load time and also good for your site ranking. And these are some of the people who make Jetpack, very talented individuals. So in the dashboard of your site, I'm logged in right now to a test subsite, and I'm logged in as user test20, which you can see here. Okay, so this is not my super admin account. This is just a regular account, just like anybody else would have. And over here, I'm going to see Jetpack here. So I click on that, and this is going to say that I have to connect Jetpack. Okay, so I'm just going to click on this, and what this is going to do is it's going to connect this to a WordPress.com account. Now, lest this confuse you, I just want to explain, first of all, some of you will already have WordPress.com accounts, and you can use those to connect to Jetpack here, okay? If you don't have a WordPress.com account, it's free. It's very simple to sign up, and you just click on Need an Account here. And the reason you do this, first of all, this is separate from your My Writing Network account, but they work together, okay? And the reason you do this is because you need to be connected to WordPress in order to use all the functions that Jetpack offers. But I think it's worth it. So if you don't have a WordPress.com account, you would click on Need an Account, and you would simply fill out your email address. You would choose a username, which could be the same as your My Writing Network username if you want to. Choose a password. You should use a different password for everything. And I recommend using a password management system like LastPass, which I can do a separate video about if anybody wants to know about that. And then once you fill this out, you will click Sign Up and Connect Jetpack. They really couldn't make it any simpler for you to connect. I already have an account, so I'm going to sign in. And okay, so once I've signed in, this is what I'm going to see. So Jetpack is actually made up of modules, and I think there's about 3 dozen of them or so. The main ones are listed here, and so performance and security. Photon is a module that speeds up your image load time. You just click on that and turn it on, and it will be active, and that's all there is to it. Secure user authentication I don't use because I already have a separate thing for that. This protects against brute force attacks. That is, people trying to log into your site who aren't you by guessing your password over and over and over. This is what will force people to do a simple little math problem before they sign in. This is quite handy because you'll get a little email alert if your site ever goes down, so you can activate that if you want. This is a paid service of Jetpack that does backups of your site. You don't have to worry about that because I'm already making backups of everybody's sites. Site statistics, this is the graphing. This is on by default. Sharing is on by default. This allows other people to share your blog posts. Publicize also has to do with promoting your content. And related posts, which is something that shows other posts on your site that may be similar to one that you've recently posted. That really is best for sites with lots of posts on them. And enhanced distribution and lots of other cool tools. And then if I click on see the other 28 Jetpack features, you'll see them all here, listed here. There's a lot, okay? Some of them are more useful than others, I'll say that. But the main ones I use are Monitor, which tells me when sites go down. You, again, probably don't have to worry about that because if your subsite is down, it means the whole network is down. And if the whole network is down, that means that I'm getting alerts like crazy and I'm running around with my hair on fire. So you don't really need to worry about that too much. These are some of the ones that we just activated, and site stats is one that we activated. Tiled galleries is kind of cool. It allows you to create photo galleries. And the other one that might be of interest to some of the more advanced users is the custom CSS, which allows you to do advanced styling of your site. But we're not going to get into that right now. We're just going to go back to the dashboard and see how it looks now that I'm connected to Jetpack. And what we're going to see here is this little site stats thing. This is a Google Analytics thing. This is separate. These are the statistics of the people who have visited this particular site. So my test20 .mywriting.network site, as you can see, I'm getting no traffic because this isn't really a site. But if I were to click on one of these little bars, it would take me to a more detailed view of the traffic that has happened on that day. And here's where you can get some really interesting information about refers. So that's how people got to your site. So if they saw a link somewhere else on the internet and clicked it, that would be listed here. If they searched for certain terms and your site came up, for example, My Writing Network blogs, if they searched for that term, it would show up here. These would show the most popular posts on your blog and the most popular pages on your blog. And this shows what links on your site people clicked. And it also includes outbound links. So if you happen to have a link, say, to your Amazon.com author page, and they clicked on that, that would be recorded here. So Jetpack is fantastically useful. And you know, if this kind of stuff is interesting to you, I recommend that you install it. As you can see, it's fairly straightforward. If you need to go back over this video, you can obviously do that as many times as you want to. And if you have any questions, please feel free to get in touch with me. You can always write to me at admin@mywriting.network. And if you ever want to disconnect Jetpack, you can simply disconnect it right down here. It's very simple. So that's my little Jetpack tutorial. I hope you find it useful.